Abhishek Rator in the house. Flying B signing in. Are you hard? Are you pumped? Are you ready for another Card Magic live jam session with OTHMARIUS? Say yeah! And Nirosmith just opened a new deck of cards. Hey King Bros. Hello bro. Hello bro. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Well, hey there everybody, my name is OTHMARIUS and welcome back to another Card Magic live practice jam here on my channel. Everybody tuning in, how are you doing guys? Awesome, awesome, awesome. As you can see, I'm in a much better mood than last week. You know, had plenty of time to have this shock sinking in, you know, the shock of the copyright directive passing the European Parliament. And now the word is very, very simple. Let's keep on doing this as long as we can, as long until the lights go out. What do you say? What do you say? How's the quality, everybody? Is it good? Is the sound crisp? Music not too loud? And so on and so on. Now, I've been doing a little fine-tuning here before I set it all up. And it was just, you know, about 3 meters, putting one of these lights in front of me, more in the back, and everything turned out looking so much better. And also, I guess I fixed it, this problem I had for a long time with the lips not being sync, you know. And now it should be pretty crisp, and I'm super excited about it, you know. What do you say? Are you ready for a little bit of card practice here? We're going through a whole, you know, session of practicing our thing, whatever comes up. You can ask me any questions as usual, and also we're gonna take a little closer look here at one of our most powerful fingers, you know, our little ninja here, the pinky, because I just realized the other day, once again, how important the pinky is, you know, depending if you're lefty or righty, you know, not in a political sense, in the sense of, you know, how your brain structure or whatever is, you know, and I just want to go a little bit, you know, through all the subtleties that comes with card magic and using the pinky, you know, especially catching a break and so on, and how to strengthen your pinky, and how to use some different practice routines, you know, to create the most effective practice sessions for you guys. So, what we got here? Flying V, let me see. Oh man, look at this. There's something happening in the chat here that's insane. So we got, go in Instagram and see account CardMate. Yes. Stop promoting your own channel, mate, on my channel. Stop doing this. Flying V, I just opened up a new deck because the others become floppy, bent and rough edge. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Look at this box. Look how my box looks like already. And then when you take a look at the edges here, look at they're all dirty and stuff, you know, that happens with a while. But I'm always saying this, a deck of cards lasts longer than many believe, you know. You can really work a deck very long. And also, Louis Peterson joined the party and said hi to everybody. Hi Louis, welcome back. John Tignani says everything sounds great. That's amazing. That is amazing. So guys, you get a deck of cards out, and you know what? I start here with this sloppy deck, with my a little bit used deck here, the Lotus back. Just warming up, little table riffle. What I'm saying, not table riffle, the ribbon spread. Most beautiful table flourish. Yesterday, I practiced until 3 in the morning, 3 in the night. I just couldn't stop doing it. And let me tell you this, sometimes when you practice, this magical thing happens, you know, when all of a sudden for a 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 13 minutes, everything is just flowing. It's just grooving. It's comes natural. There is no effort at all. And then it's this moment where you think, yes, I finally got it down. It was some bottom dealing, laser dealing, second dealings, some cut controls, and I realized, just to get started the session with this thought I had yesterday, this is this moment working. We're all working to achieve, you know, in any practice sessions, to really get focused and to really, you know, be completely focused on the whole motion, and then everything happens almost on its own. And then try to keep this crystal clear state of mind, this ease, as long as possible, before it all falls apart again, you know, and you're just having a hard time again with these moves you're practicing right now. Shaded Deception says, hello, my friend. Hello, Shaded Deception. What's going on in the shades, huh? Hey, OTHMARIUS said, I was experiencing some problems. How are you doing? I'm doing fine here. Everything seems to be working well. I'm having a good stream quality. Bitrate is going down. My OBS settings are optimized, so actually it should be no big of a deal. And then Trinity is tuning in once again. Trinity, how are you doing? Long time no see, mate. Sorry, it's been a long time. I've been doing lots of house art at work, hours at work, and sleeping when I get home. So you are a hard-working man, right? You gotta feed a family. Man, I'm really pleased for your 5.5k subs. Yes, I'm pleased too. That's really amazing. That is really amazing. And with positive future prognosis, how do you say, future predictions, OTHMARIUS Magic might very well hit the 10k milestone within this year. However, there's this thing going on in Europe. You might have heard about it, Trinity, with the European Copyright Directive. And yes, it's a matter of time until YouTube pulls the plug for us YouTube creators in Europe. So the show might be over before we know it. I hope not, but this is a threat. Currently we got 16 people watching. Welcome everybody. It's so amazing that you guys tune in. I'm absolutely excited. John Antignagi asks OTHMARIUS, in your opinion, how difficult is it to be consistent with card slides? I don't understand the question. Can you reframe it? I talked about this in previous live streams here. It takes some time to get a specific technique down, to get it at your fingertips. But the real annoying, the real hard work starts subjectively at the end of the practice phase. So the last 10% are the longest and the hardest. And this is where you gotta stick to it, where you gotta keep practicing. And it seems that there's hardly any progress, because it's just tiny improvements you're aiming at in this last phase to really get the skill at your fingertips, to be able to perform it 99 times out of 100 subconsciously under any circumstances. And these last 10%, they take the longest time, and they feel the longest. Brian Rappert helps me out here with the language barrier. As you guys realize, I'm not a native English speaker. Brian writes, in English, that experience is, you talked about is often called being in the flow. Doing without doing. Yeah, yes, it is special, but how do you get it? It's just practice. Yes and no. It's sort of meditation, kind of. You can train yourself to achieve this, to get into this state of mind. But you first gotta experience it, you know, and then try to repeat it. And for me, this happens after a certain time of practice in one session. So it takes time to get there. Practice time where you really get into practice, and everything else fades away. There comes this point when there is nothing but the moves you do. You know, it's like some martial arts or some Tai Chi or whatever, you know, some spiritual stuff, you know. Everything fades away, and it's just the cards, and not even that. You don't even think about it anymore. You're just doing this, and then this moment comes, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm practicing the up to the ladder now for quite a while, you know, this move. And it's a tricky one, because one falls, I don't know, micro motion, and then it all just flows away. And so when I start practicing that, it feels really annoying. It feels really tensed and stuff. And then after a certain time, it gets easier and easier and easier and better, up until this point where it's just, you know, I just do it, and it feels amazing. And then, of course, the goal is to get this control over the cards, and at the same time, this easy-going vibes, you know, really at your fingertips. And yeah, eventually you gotta spend some practice time. I don't believe you achieve this drive, that kind of drive, within an hour or something. That happens between 2 and 3 and 4 hours of practicing. Gian Antignani says, yes, you answered my question perfectly. Thumbs up. Awesome. Cool. That's great. Shady Deception says, we're going to see you and fool us soon. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, hearts crossed, or how do you say? There are a lot of much better, more talented, and especially younger magicians out there today who should go there, who deserve a chance there. You know, I'm an old school guy. I am happy when I'm performing occasionally in a bar, and I'm having a great time doing this sessions here, shooting these tutorials, you know, and working on the slides and skills that I just decided for myself to get down, you know. But thanks for the compliment. Thanks for the flowers, anyways. 20 folks watching right now. Welcome, everybody. So Shaded Deception, right? I've been doing magic for 2 years now, and I still have not gotten into a zone yet. I practice every day, every waking second. Well, then you should be pretty much on your way, you know. Old is gold, that's right. That's one of the good things about magic. Getting older is not necessarily a drag, you know, because you gain life experience, and you need life experience to be amusing and entertaining a performer. That for once, and also depending on the performance style you're aiming. If you get a little more serious or a little more, you know, maybe casual in an bar or table situation, you get more authority as an older guy. So time is on our side here as magicians. But of course, sometimes when I see the younger guys pulling off the greatest performances, you can get a little envy. I can feel a little envy, you know, like, oh man, that's good, and the kid is only 25 years old or something. Oh my God. But that's okay, you know. Well, there's a lot of going on in the chat today. That's crazy. We got 22 people watching. I'm excited. Welcome everybody. Get a deck of cards out. This is all about practicing here, practicing together, meeting up with your magic buddies, having a great time. I'm always saying it's quality time, you know. Thanks, John. Thank you so much for the flowers. Roel Garza, welcome to the show. I believe I see you for the first time. I'm glad you made it. We are practicing here cards and card magic. Right now, I'm doing a little bit of up to the letter. And now you can see, did you see this distortion here? My hands were like everywhere, and it doesn't feel right now, but okay. So this is more than a hobby rather than a job. Do you plan on changing that? Ask KSAM87. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe this is my how you say? This is how I make a living when I'm an old man. And Ivan is back from Russia. Hey Ivan, nice to see you again. It's amazing. So guys, let me know what you are practicing. So, gotta turn the music on my headphones a little bit down. And then let's talk about the pinky. For example, even here at this table work, when I do a classic table riffle shuffle, right? The pinkies are extremely important. The position of the pinkies is extremely important. Look at this. I've got them cards here at the corners stabilized with the pinky. When I pull them out, when I shuffle them, it's always the pinky here securing the corners. The fingers are not actually really grabbing the cards. They're just more lying or resting on the table plate, and then it's the corner you're building with this with the third and second finger. Kind of, can you say there's a corner? This edge here, which goes to the between the edge here, and this is where I actually control the cards in order to have them neatly interlaced one by one. And these are the subtleties in magic that are so freaking important. Now I was flashing here. I'm not supposed to flash. Case did well. Writes, what's up, OTHMARIUS Magic? I'm alright, how are you doing? I'm super new to cardistry and all that, working on my basic cuts and trying to master the double lift. So yes, pinky work please. In practice, in practicing the overhand and Hindu control shuffle just to warm up, very nice start for a session. Usually, when I start my day, I'm always starting with the overhand shuffle, with the overhand shuffle controls or false shuffles, also Hindu shuffle, and then some false cards. You know, the stuff that you use on a regular basis, actually, or that is, you know, that you can use for many different things and impromptu things. So, I have a complete tutorial series up and running on my channel on the basics of card control by catching a pinky break. And I'm showing you in this tutorial series how to catch a pinky break with the classic in-hand spread, what I'm doing here right now. And then, of course, using any kind of cuts to control the card. You can also, of course, use the classic thumb fan, and you have a spectator place the card somewhere in the deck, and then you do the same thing. You catch a break, right? And then I'm just using this simple table shuffle. Oh, I lost the card. Can this be real? Where is it? Did I do it? Jesus, let's do this again. Let's do it with the Joker. So, this is a shame when this happens in a live performance. Yeah, something like this. And then you just, I know what I did wrong. Where's the break? I lost the break again, probably. See? One more time with the 8. I got the 8. Catch my pinky. And I cut it to the top. Yeah, this worked finally. Let's do this now one more time with the fan. Yeah, just like that. Lost it again, probably. Let's give it a try. Let's try the double undercut. And then, yeah, here it goes. Of course, you can also use the Chalier cut, you know, to have a spectator's card lost in the deck. Just like that. And then again, let's, this is this beginner tutorial series, or not so much beginner, but, you know, to get started with card control. Because catching the pinky break is so freaking important. And this is preparatory work you're doing then also later to go into more advanced card controls. And then, of course, you can shuffle. So we got the 8 of hearts here on top of the deck. And then usually it's the spectator's card. You have the card shuffled to a certain point, and then the spectator enters the 8 of hearts right in there, okay? And then you just shuffle over the cards, and then you do your thing, you proceed with your thing, and then, you know, once again, you just cut the cards, and now I cut it to the bottom. Yeah, and when you have it at the bottom, for example, you can do something like this. There it comes, yeah. And for me, the notion has always been important not to think so much in tricks, to use just this specific technique for one thing, but to understand the different means of the techniques you're using, and then to be able to combine them with other effects, with other productions. So you have your basic shuffling techniques, you have your basic cutting techniques, you have a basic technique how to catch a break. And then you use different flourishes, like I just showed you, like the classic thumb fan, or the spread, or the Chalier cut. And if you understand that in card magic we are always combining different techniques for different ends, when you start building a solid foundation, your repertoire increases automatically. And then you're not just going from one trick to another, from one slide to another, but you're building a repertoire, and then you can adapt, and you can use this for different things, you know. So Brian Rappert is learning to do a pinky count now. It's coming along. Any general advice? Not so much. I'm not a pinky count guy. I'm not a pinky count guy. I just I never found this. I never found an application for it, so that I said I needed it. But still, a general advice. There's a grip that I like to call the magician's grip. This beauty here. This is basically a mechanic's grip, but it's pretty elevated. You see this gap here I got here. You know, the cards are not resting on the base of the hand, or they're not resting on the palm of the hand. Now I like to call this a magician's grip because in literature, this grip here is very often described as the magician's grip, as the mechanic's grip, but it's also described as the dealer's grip, you know, for dealing cards. And this confused me a long time. But here is a very, very important notion, because you have a completely different grip because of this little subtlety when the cards are elevated and, you know, resting here, or are clipped or pressed against the base of the thumb. Now this gives your pinky and your third finger a completely different scale of operation. Now you got to figure this out, what's best for you if you want to do something like the pinky count, you know, where you count the cards here at the corners. Let me show you this here a little bit. Bang, 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 bang. Now you of course can do this when the deck is resting on the base or on the palm of the hand, but it's actually in this grip more lying or resting on the base of the index finger. This is here. So now you will find that your pinky has a very different position here to do this, and in my hand naturally I need to kind of to lift the cards up a little bit. So I would do this notion here to get in this position. So these are the subtleties with a delicate move like the pinky count, where you really have to, you know, figure out what is going on in your hand. And of course the goal is always, and that's why card magic is sometimes so frustrating and so annoying, because the goal of course is to have it look natural. And I believe Aaron Fisher said this and says this very often. In card magic we do unnatural things and very stressful things for the hands, but we have to make it look natural, and that's a challenge, you know. So the pinky count is something that was never good for me, and I never came across an application where I couldn't where other options to get a double or the pinky break with other techniques worked always better for me. It was easier. So why would I put the effort in there? Shade the Deception writes, damn dude, that was awesome. Thank you for the lecture. Yeah, that's why we're here, you know. It's a beautiful art form, card magic, and I don't see any point in any of you doing the same mistakes I did and wasting time and energy because of, you know, learning a shitty technique in the beginning. And guys, this is something that's just really, especially when you are beginners, be very aware about the sources you're learning from. You know, even what I'm saying, it's not pure wisdom or the last word. Just take this as an inspiration, as an input for your own thought process. And going to the classic sources like the Royal Road to Card Magic, Expert at the Card Table, or Expert Card Technique, and many other books, and reading also about the slide really helps, because then you imagine the grip, you imagine the notions, the motions, and you get naturally by learning by reading, or by trying to figure a move out by reading, you're naturally getting into this mindset of really like looking at the details and stuff, which is really important. But then again, it's really cool to get tutorials or videos, or especially performances of certain techniques where you can see how this actually can look like, respectively not look like. There was this magician on YouTube, Xavier Parrot, I believe he was called, a French guy, and his channel went through the roof. In the shortest of time, he got 100,000 subscribers or something, and he did this videos. They were very cineastic, and they would tell a story. I loved this video so much because they were so inspirational. And he did also a video on the bottom deal, and he would perform some effects that I never put together with the bottom deal. And also watching this performance video showed me what a bottom deal actually can look like, respectively not look like. And when you realize this, first of all, you get ideas about what you could do with it, which is always inspiring and giving you a lot of motivation. And then it gives you motivation for practicing, to going to this long periods of frustration that comes with practicing difficult stuff, you know? So Narrow Smith writes, 24 viewers. I really think the consistent schedule starts paying off. Right now it's 17, but doesn't matter. Marius, have you ever tried slide at the poker table? No, I'm not a professional player, gambler. And my friends don't want to play cards with me anymore. Okay, it comforts me that I'm not the only person who has trouble with the pinky count. You're in good company here. I believe Leonard Green even said this once, that he's not a pinky count guy, you know? So let's get back to pinky. Here's next week, no, this week on Thursday, on my channel is the tutorial on the top shot is going up. So if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, or if you haven't hit the notification bell, do this to get notified. The tutorial is going to be uploaded on Thursday. And by the way, my patrons can already watch this video on Patreon, and a director's cut. This is a 2.5 minutes longer version where where I added some extra practice tips on this one. Just have said that. And for anybody of you guys who hasn't looked at my Patreon site yet, you can find this in the info cards. There is the link, likewise to some tutorial series. And I would really appreciate it if you take the time to check out my Patreon site and maybe consider supporting me a little bit via this medium. So the Top Shot is a perfect example of something that is something you don't need to know in order to perform decent card magic, but something that when you know it, it's pretty, you know, pretty cool. Looks great for laymen. You can pimp up your right, you know, your card magic performance up a little bit with this. But the cool thing about it is practicing the Top Shot. This is really preparatory work and kind of a bodybuilding, you know, a training for pinky consciousness. Let's call it pinky consciousness. Okay, guys. Oh man, I'm sorry. Let's talk about pinky consciousness. So practicing the Top Shot will empower your pinky, because this thing comes from here, right? And this pulling of motion and is mainly controlled by the pinky with the top shot, and also giving the card direction with the top shot. And this is something super delicate. This is, you cannot hardly explain it, you know. Watch the tutorials coming up next Thursday. I give my best to explain this there in detail, but as a matter of fact, you practice this. You have to practice this, and then at a certain point, you get a feel for this. And the snapping motion of the pinky, like this, gives you control of the pinky. This will probably also help you for the pinky count. So this pinky consciousness. So this is so funny, you know. It's worth practicing this just as a pinky training. I would assume. I would reckon. You see? This bang motion. Just rapidly pulling off the top card from the pack. Now, I hope I'm not flashing now. Let me take a nice pair of cards so that it looks visual. Yeah. So, you know, maybe this color change. Let me give it a try. Yeah, something like this. Pretty much the same thing. You want to do a color change like this. Yeah. All the pinky is involved in all of this. So it's really, really important to get pinky consciousness. I love my pinky. So, I just talked a lot. Just gotta give myself a little break here. Something like this. 19 people viewing right now. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. So, reading your comments here. The majority of my practice time over the last year has been fixing bad technique I learned. Since you tuned in on my channel, I guess. 70 ways away. Yeah. Case that well writes, picked up expert at the card table for 7 on Amazon last week. Only read it intro so far, but plan to crack into it full in the next few days. Man, have a great time reading this amazing book. Hashtag Pinky Consciousness, yeah. Louis Peterson, I believe the card college is also a very, very nice choice for learning card magic. But how many books is this? 5, I guess, or even more. So time to get another deck out. And all the great music we're listening here to right now comes from a royalty-free site called Royalty Free Planet. It's amazing. I just gotta give these guys a shout out once in a while. Yeah, 70 Waste Away writes, I was lazy and impatient when I first went through it years ago. That's the problem with beginning. Guess what? Who got in Pro A in the Royal Road to Card Magic? Write it in the introduction, guys, you know. One step after another. Stick with the plan. Follow the book chapter by chapter, and you will gain the best results. So here's how I usually, how I do it usually. When I come across a new trick in a book, first I try to imagine it. Always also practice your imagination. It's really important. So you read the trick, first you get a synopsis, how it looks like, then they go through the trick from the magician's point of view. And when I read the magician's point of view, before I try to really understand the steps I had to walk through to create the effect, I try to really visualize this from a layman's perspective. And then before I go deeper on the trick, I usually, and that's a great thing about YouTube these days, pretty much in many cases you will find you find a performance of the trick. Don't bother with the tutorials out there. First of all, imagine the magic. Imagine what it means if you see if you would see this, if someone would perform this for you and you had no clue. And then, you know, you learn the trick. You learn how to perform it. And the thing is, choose a trick. Always choose tricks or effects that astonished yourself, and try to remember this sensation you felt when you first saw it. It's a secret to good magic. The music, okay, thanks for the feedback. Case that well, the music is louder than you now. So, enough talking. Did I say enough about the pinky? We covered the pinky, right? We got a nice hashtag. And pinky does it. So, let's get back here to this routine. I'm practicing now for so long, and I will have to practice a little longer because I'm not quite there yet. This is going to be the intro performance for the pilot series, on the tutorial series on table work, on the basics of table work, you know. Sam Tivest away writes, when I started out, I tried to run before learning to walk. Built bad habits, worked but sloppily, and found difficult building up. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, this is on my flying V, this is on my list as well. This is on my list as well. We're talking about the same thing here, you know, my English. I need to look this up. Do 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 do. Yeah. As a matter of fact, my first teacher, he was there last week in the live stream. King Robert said to me that culling is the most important technique I need to know as a card magician. And I didn't really get into this until today. Because what are you doing when you want to set it up in the middle of it because you messed up, or somebody hands you a random deck and you need the aces, and then you go through the deck, bap, 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 bap. And I've seen performers, they go through the deck like this, and then they got the aces where they want to have them, or I got them pumped already and stuff. It's amazing. Can't show you this here right now, guys. But it's important technique. It's really important. Sam Tivest away has a punk as a pinky. Yeah, get this little anarchist under control. Brian Rappert asked me, do you know ways to make it more engaging? Talking about the triumph. Depends on, there is so many different triumph effects. There is a triumph in the Royal Road to Card Magic, somewhere very at the beginning. So is it Topsy-Turvy? No, it's not the Topsy-Turvy cards. It's the Topsy card or something. And the premise here is that the performer tells a story of how difficult it is sometimes to perform card magic. You have a card, and then you have a spectator select a card, and then you lose the card by shuffling, and then you just do this sloppy shuffle thing. Oh no, and then you say everything's all right, and all of a sudden a drunk person comes and takes the cards and shuffles the cards sloppy like this. So you are telling this with an engaging and funny story to make it less showing off skills, you know, and more telling a story. I believe Assad from 52 Cards just put out a tutorial on Divergence Triumph. I didn't watch the video yet. How good it is. Guys, I hope YouTube is not pulling the plug for us in Europe. I would miss this so much. I would be so disappointed. Aha! So, these are my babies. Yeah, I love this so much. You know what this is, guys? I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Just a couple of months. Yeah, it's a nice question. Where is everybody from? We got California, San Diego, California. Abhishek Rator wants to learn the card spin, right? I got a tutorial up and running on my channel. For you guys, for the most stuff, I've got tutorials up on my channel. Let me show you. Where's my channel? There's my channel. Let me show you. So this is my channel, and of course you can just go on videos and then you find it. But I got these. I got this tutorial, all their moves tutorial series. You know, just click there, and then you will find all my tutorials. And down right here, there is the spin. There it is. Right there, it's video number 10. Okay, I also got the Murphy deck flip, got a card shot, double lifts, forcing techniques, a whole series on the pass, some coins in between, color changes. You know, it's a lot of tutorials up and running on my channel. Just go to my channel page and you find it. Okay. Louis Peterson from Copenhagen, awesome. Athens, Georgia. That's one of these things here, when I first saw it, I knew I had to learn it. It is absolutely crazy. Yeah. Nairo Smith-Cup from Austria. And India, man, the whole world is watching again. It's so rocking awesome. Here are the cards, right? Ah. Natural, going back, pointing front, going back. Very nice. Okay. Let's try these suckers. This is what put me in a trance yesterday. Ah! And my hand is right now. Are you fucking crazy? We did this for 3 hours yesterday. Give me a break. So reading and dealing at the same time, and my brain is completely out of order right now. Case died well, right? And the sooner we all know that it's these things, cardistry, yo-yoing, hopping, music, that make us all the same and all awesome, the better off we will be. Man, that is almost philosophical here. Very nice. I like it very much. Yes, yes, yes. Louis Peterson, what was I doing before? I was creating a black hole, a wormhole, and then throwing the cards in there. That's what I did. This is advanced magic. I'm not going to talk about this here because it's very dangerous. If you make a mistake, you might alter the course of time, and you might even have alternate dimensions, parallel dimensions crash and stuff. So, you know. John Murray writes, hello from England. Keep up the good work. As long as I can upload my tutorials and my performances and allowed to live stream. Because I made this wise decision. Let's listen to this cineastic piano music here a little louder. Ah, isn't that beautiful? Let me show you this again. Here, I gotta give them a shout out. This is how it looks like. This is all of their videos look like this. It's the come on. Why can't I do this now? This is weird. No! Yeah, that's a royalty-free planet. I just pressed play all of their tracks, and they have different genres, of course. Hip hop, piano, cineastic, synthwave, retro. It's cool. It's just such a cool site. Sam Westaway writes, yes, it is an issue, actually. It is a serious pain in the arse. The European Union just voted in favor, the European Parliament just voted in favor a week ago on a new copyright directive, which will halt any platform that works with user-generated content immediately reliable for copyright infringement. And many experts say that a platform like YouTube is not going to take the risk to get sued into oblivion, and rather prefers to plug the poll, which means no uploads from content creators from Europe, no uploads from OTHMARIUS MAGIC, which also means that users from Europe will not be able to view content from outside the EU. And in the EU, there's only going to be the only content left is going to be from major TV and movie companies and music labels. Yeah, that's real. That's happening. But I'm pretty relaxed right now because I believe that as soon as the world realizes that OTHMARIUS MAGIC cannot longer upload on YouTube anymore, there's going to be a revolution. Ooh, getting faster here. Are you guys still practicing? 19 viewers. Yoko Man, welcome back. It's your first comment, right, Yoko Man? You've been there all the time, silently practicing, I wonder. Well, long live VPNs. Yeah, that's true. But, in Germany, the parties CDU and CSU, the parties who are mainly responsible for pushing this law forth in the European Union, some conservative parties in Germany, which took a hard right turn, politically right turn, last couple of years. They're already pushing a law to criminalize any kind of online service that uses encryption. It's criminalizing Tor, browser, VPNs, and any other kind of encryption. And it's insane. It's people who actually know a little bit about technology are like, what are these old people doing? They are completely out of control right now. We'll see how this turns out. And you see these interruptions when I speed up. You know, this is also something really relevant practicing. So, what you're aiming for is a performance speed. That's a performance speed. You wouldn't deal cards faster. You see the difference? This is my performance speed, and now I do the dirty work in there, and you see how interrupted it gets, and then you gotta figure this out. And of course, to get this cool in this speed, you speed things up, right? And then when you speed things up, you really feel the interruption, and you gotta smoothen that out. It's more important than flashing. It's smoothness and casualty. It's more interrupting for laymen to see some hickety hacks and then the performer, you know, in the middle of chit-chatty going like making stupid faces. It's more interrupting than actually flashing. And the other day I just watched a video by Chris Ramsey, Flash or Lose. It was a very entertaining video. Even Shin Lim was playing with them, like some amazing magicians there. And I had a great time because everybody went in front of the camera and tried to do some fancy sleight of hand stuff. And when they flashed, all the other guys, they would push a buzzer. That was really funny. But I thought about it afterwards, like, it's a game between magicians, and it's fair enough. But this is exactly this thing I've been talking about for so long here on this channel. this is a generation of magicians that is really socialized and used to working with cameras, because they work for YouTube channels, they work for trailers of their products, they work for promo trailers with other companies, they work for television shows. Penn and Teller, and some country is looking for the new talent, and so they are working consistently with this with the camera. And you know, now if I now start to for example, the invisible table version of the invisible turnover pass, you know, do this very slowly. I got the Jack of Hearts here, and I would now look for the angle, to the right angle, to make this fluffy, you know. But if this if this would be my only reference, this angle, I would start conditioning myself only to this angle and make it look into this direction. And it could be from a different angle, a very different story. And in a real life performance situations, you do not perform in a situation where everybody is looking at your hands all the time. So these guys, when they played this little game, they created this this unnatural habitat where the whole audience is just looking at their hands, or just looking at the monitor, burning their hands. And this is a wrong approach. I'm not saying that they don't understand this approach. They played the game and they work for a specific field in a specific area of the many ways or possible fields you can perform in. But for a live performance situation, actually it is key to become natural as a performer, to engage your audience, and to work with audience management. So you want to avoid, under circumstances, an audience that is looking at your hands all the time. It would be and even if you perform the most epic slides, it would be a one-dimensional performance compared to what a magic performance can be if you do a parlor or a close-up session, because there are people and they have needs and they have their own timing, they bring their own things into it, and you have to, as a performer, you have to kind of, you know, build this in the groove with your audience to make it a fun time, you know. Well, this is a very nice question. Now, 70 Ways the Way asks, would you recommend practicing smoothness with a metronome? I never did this, but I practice to music, because sometimes I try to go with the groove when I practice some things, and I know it from music, you know, to practice with a metronome. Could help. Give it a try. If this feels good for you and if this helps you, give it a try. Why not, man? Abhishek Ratero, the pass was damn smooth. Once more, please. Never do the same trick twice. But once again, on my side in the tutorials here, you will find the that was a table version of the invisible turnover pass, which has been invented by a German magician in the I don't know 19th or 18th century. I don't know. So a long time ago. It's called the Hermann Volte. The pass in German is called Volte. Eine Volte schlagen. And this thing became very mystified and became a very powerful move, because within the motion of turning the cards around, you would do it. However, right now with this angle, I pull this off completely invisible. But right now with this angle, not with the angle. The angle is not the problem here, but yes, the angle, but not from the side, but from the vertical. Horizontal doesn't matter, but the vertical. I need to go a little bit down with my hands up to my hips to turn the cards around. Now let me show you how this flash. If this is not, then it looks something like this. Yeah, and you see the flash there. It was almost really good. Oh, let's give this another try. So let's bring the jack of spades with the home unvaulted to the top of the deck. Would be something like this, and there goes jack of tops. But it's very unnatural. Feels really, really bad. I would need to go an inch down to make it really smooth. Now I just throw the deck of cards on the ground. It's an obita. Well, that was awkward. And now this table version helps it a little bit because you covering this motion with this squaring up the cards on the table. Yeah. I'm not really comfortable with this, so I'm still making. I'm still not smooth. I'm not smooth right now with doing this, and so you see the hick hack. But once again, if I would do this in a live performance at this point, and I'm always saying this here, there's this natural point when I push the cards back, I have all the time in the world, you know. Pinky again, I got my pinky in position to catch a break, simply by closing up the cards. You got a nice break here, as you can see. So look, at this point, from a spectator's perspective, this is done anyways. So I'm coming up with my attention in the process, and then I would do this move. Cards deck gets closed. For a layman, the card is lost in the deck. You come up with your attention, and then you would do this move. Put the cards on the table, and from a layman's perspective, nothing happened with the cards. The card just stayed there in the center of the deck, right? Although you just brought it up to the, I don't know, was it even the card? I messed it up here. And 10 of spades. So this motion, yeah? And then the 10 of spades comes to the top of the deck. And here's the thing. Would you use this for a reveal like this? No, of course not. At the point where you use something like this, you would use it for something. This would be so embedded to get a step ahead or one more step ahead or something, to create a nice cluster, a nice flow of effects. So this thing becomes even more invisible. It is covered because the motion is already designed to cover it. Then it's covered because you use this natural misdirection. And then it is not happening at all because there's no direct reveal of an effect happening. And then a technique like this becomes very, very powerful. And up until then, before you use it like this, you can use the simple pinky break. Now I catch break. Now I would hold the cards, I would even transfer them when I talk a little bit, very casually, and then at a certain point I would cut the cards, you know, just like that. And I didn't perform any crazy slide, and yet I got the card controlled. Was it the card? I don't even know, man. I'm not focused, wasn't focused on this, but I think so, right? Four of hearts. Catching break, being very natural, talking to people. Hey, how are you doing? What's going on? Cutting the cards on the table. Very nice. Yeah, 4 of hearts on top of the deck. And get started with this. Choose your favorite tricks, effects, embed these techniques, and then get a feeling, get the experience of how much time you actually got, and you won't believe how much time you got. You got so much time. So we got 15 folks viewing. Everybody is on board. Very nice. I'm having a great time. Are you having a great time, guys? Are you enjoying yourselves? We are doing this now for about 1 hour. I'm just thinking about this comment, ask this question, to practice with a metronome. And then you guys talking about your music. I used to be a musician as well, by the way, guys. I got a pretty awesome Telecaster in my closet. 69 build US with a B-bender. Awesome guitar. Played in a lot of different bands. Abhishek Ratero says, yeah, great time. The show must go on. So you're watching India. Are you watching on your smartphone, on a phone right now, or are you watching on a desktop or on a computer? I'm wondering. And what time is it in India right now, or in whatever part of India you're living in? And are you already subscribed to PewDiePie? On laptop. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, okay, I see, yeah. We got here, almost 9:15. Okay, but it's okay. Sam T Waste Away, my band Waste Away just released our second album. It's on YouTube for streaming. Ha, shameless plug. Hey, would you please put the link in the comments of this video? Wanna listen to this later. Oh, what about we listen to Sam T Waste Away's song right now? What about that? Hit me with the link in the comments, and then we're gonna listen to your second album release. But I'm not getting a copyright strike when I do this, right? Nair Smith is watching on the TV via Fire TV stick. I'm on TV. I gotta tell my mama. She always said, "When you will make it on television one day, son." And I already am without knowing. So Nairo Smith, everybody's practicing card, and Nairo Smith is lying on the couch, eating popcorn, drinking beer, fat and lazy. No hard feelings, I'm just kidding, okay? You can do what you want, it's your life. No, it's on YouTube for streaming, awesome. Yeah, gonna listen to that. Let's do this. Sam T Waste Away is excited. He's back with the link for his song, which we're gonna listen to right now. Shadow Deception, yeah, the Sarah Shuffle is a good practice shuffle to do. Absolutely, it's a very nice false shuffle also. I wish I could do it. It is, the zero is when you push the top card forward and then you bring the other package and then you make it look like you are actually shuffling the card, something like this. I never really got into this. Is that right? Am I talking, or am I mistaken here right now? Yeah, baby, we're practicing cards. Because and now my face is all sweaty and glossy again. I'm gonna do something about it. Oh, look at me, all sweaty. Should plastic cards be given a try? Yeah, of course. Give them a try. How they feel? Of course. They feel very differently from paper cards. I'm not a fan of plastic cards. Give this another try. I never really like, yeah, it's what I like about the Sour Shuffle is, although I must admit I've never really mastered it so that it really looks dope. What I like about it is that you this fake, you know, this moment where you push them in and then you go like, I'm really shuffling the card, and then at this point it really looks like this, you know. How there was also this shuffling, right? In order to keep to maintain an order, you can do something like this. Put the cards all in and shuffle it like this. I saw this once a magician doing. So, right, you put the cards and you put the cards all in, and then the cards are all shuffled, and all you do is cut the cards actually. But I had a long discussion with somebody about this. Because why would you want to pretend to give these cards a decent shuffle, but you actually want to remain a certain setup, a certain order of the cards? Because laymen have no freaking clue about card orders or stalks anyways. You don't need to do that. But anyway, it's very nice. I like this thing. I like these illusions, this beautiful, where you have to play that you do it, because you actually really just you know. So where's the link? 70 ways away. Where's the link? Did you write the link in the comments of the video already? Or how did you do it? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. Going on my old page, seeing what I'm doing. No, you can't write comments right now. No, yeah, you can write comments. I can't find the link for your song. I'm very disappointed. Are you guys with me? Is everything alright? Yes, everything is alright. We got some badass music going on. Okay, I need to take a little break. I'll be right back. Takes just 3 seconds, okay? Now I wonder if you guys could hear my toilet flush. Is Trinity still with us? Trinity, are you still with us? How's your channel doing? But still we got some kind of a delay, like kind of you guys getting back to me about like 1 minute later or something. It's like, it feels like being a space explorer alone in the skies on my journey to the moon, and I'm talking to my magic buddies, but they will only receive the message 100 years ago. Yeah, well, when the link doesn't show in the then it's maybe it's blocked. Maybe I have it blocked. Okay, the camera is overheating. Great, great, guys. We just have to wait a little bit here because I want to keep it up a little bit. Try to write the link in the comments of the video. I should see it then. Tell me when you did so. No signal. Okay, let me show you. Let me load the site. No. No, it didn't. Okay, do that. Just tell me which video you posted it on. So let me hit you with some statistics here. We got 14 current viewers, 87 playbacks, and average view duration is 17 minutes. How's it possible? Some of you guys have been staying, I hear from the beginning. These statistics, they can't be right. There's a SpaceX Falcon Heavy launch scheduled for this Sunday, but that's really off topics, I guess. Man, yeah, well, no worries, man. Hit us with the news. What's SpaceX Falcon Heavy launch? There's a high lag in your comments. Shows on my display, it shows, everything shows perfectly fine. Hey, I didn't have the Mac cam yet, guys. So everything, you can see it there. There's no lag, man. So, Okay, March 26th video. I'm going to look for this video on my channel page, OTHMARIUS MAGIC. Which one is the March video? Oh man, doesn't show me when it's... Okay, I gotta go into my analytics. Ba, 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 ba. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah, this is because this is how it is. I just talked about it, that there's a delay, but this is, I believe this is normal. It's about 1 minute delay or something. Or maybe it's not normal. Maybe it's because the settings I got, but this is the best settings I can kind of up with. Otherwise, I keep crashing all the time. So now I gotta go to Video Manager. Oh yeah, I found the link. No, I need to get community. There's a link. And this is interesting. 70 ways away. You did not end up in the spam folder because usually when people write links in the comments of YouTube videos, they end up in the spam folder. You know, to avoid people spamming other people's videos, which is super annoying. But I have a super awesome community. You guys are super awesome. Very respectful to each other. You're having a good positive attitude, and the only video where I get some negativity is the one where I roasted Chris Ramsey, ironically. And once in a while, some YouTube fanboy from the PewDiePie's 9-year-old army doesn't get the irony, and then I get a comment like, "Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Chris Ramsey is the greatest magician, and you're just a fucking loser." And I really enjoyed this tiny dose of hate. But I can imagine that this must be a terrible thing if you have a big YouTube channel and some folks, you know, touching controversial topics, and then you get this hate comments, quite a lot. So now I will stop the music here. Let's go to the other. Go to this place here. Turn this on, and then let's. What did I do here? I'm so stupid. No, here I am. So I go into my comment section. You can see this here, but that's the back end of YouTube. That's the old dashboard. No, it's the old how it says, old analytics dashboard classic. And let's listen to the music. There you go. So it's called The Waste Away. The Waste Aways. That's the name of your band. Now you're getting a major shout out here right now. We got some songs called Dream Girl, She Says, Bodies in the Sun, Falling into Falling Out, Big Whoop, Ghost Insider, Die, and Time. Great titles, man. Great cover, great artwork. Love it so much. Just play it. Let's play it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So this is live. This is a live cut. Oh, nice. Okay, guys. I turn this up. Now we're listening to The Waste Aways. And we got 70. What are you playing? What instrument are you playing? Gotta turn this up. Nice, some nice punk music. I dig it, man. This is amazing. And this is what I love about the internet. This is what I love about the internet. Isn't that great, man? I would have. How else would I have gotten into this tune, right? Epic. So opening myself a cold one, listening to some punk music. Okay. guys, where else do you get that kind of craziness? We're practicing card until the camera overheats. Well, that ended quickly. That escalated quickly. Okay. The way's the ways. Practicing cards until the camera overheats, listening to some punk rock band from California. Here's the deal. Sam Tay waste away. I am just starting a business with my girlfriend since we're working on it since 3 years now, selling artworks, tile murals on a market fair every weekend in Berlin. And now with this new copyright directive, my plans for this year, for my career as a magician and also as a teacher of the performing arts, you know, because what I'm doing here comes with a business plan in the back end, but I keep it very slow. But all of this is endangered, and the investment I put into this channel is now endangered, and also what I'm doing with my girlfriend there on the art market. You know, we don't know what's happening here in the future in Europe, and we were thinking maybe we gotta get the fuck out of Europe, man, because with these old people in charge and with this strong corrupted politics, so you can hardly do business, you know, and so we thought, we just, gave it a thought, just one thought. Where would we go? And it was like, yeah, man, California seems to be pretty nice, you know. And I've got family in the States, by the way. As a matter of fact, my father is right now visiting his sister in California. And yeah, but it's not so hard to get a visa. It's not so hard, and it's a very different system. And it would mean really, really, really changing the strategy we decided on 2 years ago. Pff, man, but that's just my life, you know. Sack Magic with a very nice profile pic there. For Aces, where are you from? Can you speak German? I am from Germany, actually. I was born in the city of Cologne. And I'm living in the capital of Germany, Berlin, since 2000. Ja, und ich spreche Deutsch. Natürlich, ist meine Muttersprache. Yeah, well, awesome. Sam Tewesu writes, my wife created our album cover and does graphic design. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's my California. Yeah, maybe we gotta come to California. It's my style of music, man, and I like the cover design also very much. Awesome. Big shout out to your band. You're selling the album as well, or you just said we put it there for everybody to enjoy it. Abhishek Arator writes, you can come to India. India likes good magic. Yeah, maybe. My girlfriend is a huge fan of India. She went there a couple of times. She loves that, everything about it. Sack Magic is tuning in from Munich, München, one of the bigger cities in Germany in the south. Very, very beautiful city. Aus München also schaltest du zu. Super geil. Wie du siehst, haben wir hier Leute aus der ganzen Welt. Aus Indien, aus Kalifornien. Jetzt habe ich mal ein bisschen Deutsch gesprochen. I just said I spoke a little German. Sam Tay Westway just says he actually met his wife with a card trick. Good job, man. Tell us about it. What card trick was it? Wow, man, this is it's a nice groove here now going on. But my hand is, I'm not on. It's just So we're back to 19 viewers, man. That's amazing. Everybody just tuning in right now. Welcome to the show. My name is OTHMARIUS, and this is a live card practice jam session. And today we talked about the pinky, about pinky consciousness. This little guy here, it's very, very important. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. For example, yeah, something like that. Bill LaFay say, what's the way you're dealing and why? Well, that is very magical way dealing, and if you don't know, if you can tell, I won't tell. So this doing from one of the most famous sleight of hand card magicians alive today. By the way, Bill LaFay, nice to see you again. So here we're getting to the bottom of the secret of magic, guys. 70 ways away with a shitty double lift managed to make it his dream girl fall in love with him and actually marry him, okay? And they're happy ever after, right? That's the power of card magic. I thought you just would say this cheesy kiss card trick. Oh, there's this whole segment out on YouTube. How to get a girl with card magic. How to flirt with girls with card magic. Pathetic.
It's hard to say our goodbyes this way. I'm falling in, falling out.
So you just got married, 70 ways away, just got married in February. Well then, it's congratulations, mate. All the best for you guys. I mean, it's still fresh, right? All the best for you guys. All the best. So this flourish, I like it so much. It's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. Ow! Okay. My hands are still not where I want to have them. Yes.
Another day to try to start it over. I'm bending, keep bending.
Which palming technique I like best? I like the palming technique best that no one realizes, you know, because you can use this to make a card disappear. And then to make the card reappear. Ooh! Ah. Yeah, but just make sure she never sees what I can do. Don't get stressed out, guys. I'm good. I got a guy. I got a girl. So. Because the cool thing is that you just don't see it, how it's happening. And then you just keep on doing this, just like that. And it's just amazing. And all of a sudden, all these cards just, you know, go into oblivion, just like that. Right there, all the cards are there, and I'm just wishing them away, just like that. And I keep on doing this until the very last card. And as you can see, everything's done. Woohoo! And now I have a problem here because I just need to do something. I just need to, you know. Shit! I dropped it, everything. Ah, man. Yeah. So now I got this mess. And now this is this Leonard Green style, you know? Yeah, it's the cards. This guy's so amazing. when I first saw the Leonard Green performance, it made me laugh so hard. So cool. It's a completely batshit crazy. Zack, ich habe relativ spät angefangen, in meinen Anfang 30er. Vor 12, 15 Jahren ungefähr. Es ist niemals zu spät. By the way, in this tutorial series that's coming up, of course, I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to deal cards, and now there's a need for this out there. There are tutorials out there for dealing cards, and they are also, oh man, we had this. We just talked about it. That when you start with a bad habit from the very beginning, you will block yourself and you will never reach certain other levels because you have this very, very bad ending. And whenever I see a tutorial on dealing cards, to pick the cards up with the index finger here, this is frustrating, you know, because you cannot do like stuff like that. But even that you should do with the never do this. The index has a complete different purpose in the whole thing about dealing cards. And if you once get used to this, dealing cards, because dealing, you do this all the time, you know, with the index finger, and you deal this for years, and then you want to do some really seconds and bottoms and stuff, you will have to start from scratch, and then you have to reprogram yourself from this old habit. And with dealing, this is the worst. This is the worst. And yeah, there's all these tutorials out there on YouTube. Ah, man, this is annoying. Yeah, this helps really with the mirror, and as you can see also with the with the camera here. So because I'm seeing myself, so there is, for example, I show you now the flash here in the specific technique. And you go like this. See that? That gives it away, right? So gotta be like this. And then you can see the camera angles. Where are we? Look, this works even up until here. When you pull them out again, bang, look at this. It looks really nice then. And this is a subtlety. And this is something relatively easy to adjust, you know, but there are some things like like I just explained with where you repeat the wrong motion so often for so long that reversing the bad habit is a pain in the ass. Really takes a long time then to do so. So, and then there's something where I'm having a hard time also, and this is this sucker. And I really try to get this, and this is so not I don't know what the timing problem is I have here, because I totally not want to give it away, but I'm doing this already. So, you know, sometimes you perform so shitty that it's almost a tutorial. Very nice move, very beautiful. And of course the Mexican turnover. So, time for some color changes. You flash, you lose. I don't know what's going on with my hands right now. Ah. Okay, I need another break. My hands are just right now. I don't know what's this now. So we just have been listening to the ways by the ways, and you find the ways online by Sam T. Wastaway here, who shamelessly promoted himself and got away with it. Very well. Very nice. Thank you for this. I enjoyed this. I've got this now. I will keep on listening to this. And am I okay to use this furthermore in the live streams? And let's see if I get a copyright strike, if some company claims it, some third party, and says this belongs to us. Okay.
Imagine a planet of little TJ lasers, all highly skilled in weapons and biotic tactics, with me as absolute...
By the way, this is how the back end of a live stream looks like. This is what I'm seeing. Oh, my hands are super sweaty. Guys, I gotta clean my hands. Wash my hands.
I'm TJ Laser, expert with lasers and phasers. Definitely discouraged.
Okay. One more tiny break. One more tiny break, and then we're going for the final round here because we're doing this now for 1 hour and 43 minutes. So one tiny break, and then we bring it to an end with a final round.
Lasers and phasers.
Shadow Deception, be good too, my brother. Take care, practice well, and see you next time. But hey, not coming Tuesday, I won't be able to do it. Maybe we have to skip it next week. I tried to make it possible on Thursday night, but I can't promise you, okay? So don't freak out. Something came up. I gotta leave town for a couple of days. Abhishek Rathore writes, ain't doing even a third of what you are doing with cards and there's pain in my hands already. Hats off to you. This is normal. I'm practicing for quite a while now, every day, very long, so I'm conditioned to this level. Okay. No, my hands were sticky because I've got a beer here and a bottle of Coke, so there was the sugar from the Coke and a little from the beer, and then added a little moisture to it, and then my hands were feeling totally bad. By the way, guys, let me tease my Patreon here one more time. I have a Patreon site. You will find the link in the info cards to my Patreon site, and there's a very nice introduction video and an explanation of what I'm doing and what I'm planning. I've already got 5 folks supporting me on Patreon. It's pretty nice. You don't need to support me directly. You can also follow me there. Feel free to check this out. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also there's an amazing web browser called Brave. There's a download link in the info box of this live stream. It's super awesome, super slick. Comes with an inbuilt web browser. Give it a try for 30 days. And you're helping me out then as well, because I'm getting $5 in a cryptocurrency. And this web browser, it is a really nice browser that respects your privacy. So give it a try, guys. Okay. back to practicing. I look younger now. Thanks for the compliments. So we got 12 people currently viewing. This is slowly coming to an end, I guess. I'm giving it another round here. My hands feel much softer now since I washed them with medical soap. One final round of the thing that I need to practice most. Yeah, it is condition. And yeah, because I'm chatting with you guys, I'm reading your chats and I'm trying to keep this alive here, and you know, got it. Always checking if the stream quality is right and stuff. This is not for me 100% of practice time. Yeah, because I'm interrupting myself and stuff, and you know, talking with you guys, answering questions. But it's still okay, because also this is a part of practice to be chatting with people. But when it comes to these techniques I'm practicing right now, I can clearly feel that this shift of attention is troubling. But it's okay. That's just also a part of the practice. Semte Westaway wants to know what's one slide that gave you the most trouble when learning. The most it's the anaconda, you know, the completely. Oh, I'm so stupid, man. This is so stupid. I'm such an idiot. You know, this thing, to pull it really up, and then it starts falling everywhere, and I'm just like, you don't need this. You don't never do this for people in real life, I guess. And then also the Les Paul spread. The Les Paul spread just the Les Paul spread just kills me. No, Sack Magic, I'm not living in America. I'm living in Berlin. In Berlin. Bin ich ansässig seit dem Jahr 2000. Wahlweddinger sozusagen. When I moved to the area where I'm living in until today, I moved there in 2000, called Wedding. It was a really, you know, ghetto-like place. But now it's getting all hipster, you know. There's all little Chris Ramses walking around, eating expensive pizza. Yeah. Final round, guys. Come on, OTHMARIUS. You can do better. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, this gives me hope right now. This run gave me hope. No, I didn't get there. Louis Patterson, gotta run now, guys. Nice being here. See you next time. Yeah, Louis, thanks for tuning in. Probably, if I do it next week, then on a Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Can't do it on Tuesday. I'm not in town then. But if not, very most likely then the week after. No, I can't do it then too. Just. I do it. I do it as soon as possible. And thanks for supporting me on Patreon, Louis. I really, really appreciate it. You are awesome. Again, such a great tune here on my headphones. Love this so much. Let's bring this up a little bit. I really like to see how a community is shaping here. I really enjoy this. Man, I hope this is not ending soon. I would be so frustrated. By the way, first backup measure. Meet me on Twitter @Marius. Hook me up on Twitter, because if the lights go out on YouTube, at least I can inform you about the backup plan if I come up with one. Sam Tay West Away, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for the great music. Thanks for the great input. You subscribed, you get notifications. Have a great week, man, and greetings to your wife, unknown. See you around. This musical moment, I really felt it. There you go, man. There you go, man. One more round. As the hand gets tired, sloppier the shit gets, but that's normal. Okay, one more round, pushing yourself at Marius. Do it, do it. Ah, oh, that hurts, it hurts. Oh, it's got sloppy, it hurts, doesn't feel right. Come on, come on. Ah. 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 Woohoo! Now it feels, wow, yeah, now I'm getting where I want to be. Completely in a time loop, completely obsessed. I'm obsessed now. I need to keep on doing this motion. I'm addicted to this motion. I need to dream about it. I want to dream about it. This is all there is. It's the only thing that matters in life. The Cat Genius 635 is in the house. Hello, mate. How are you doing? We're already practicing cards. You're late to class. What's your excuse? Nairo Smith, thanks you so much for tuning in. You gotta go too. Take care. See you around next time. You're rocking awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, keep it up here a little bit, but not so long. Or maybe I go for another hour. I don't give a damn. Why not? Woohoo! There's a practice. You see how slowly this notion disappears? Like when the hand obeys, says, fuck it, this is what we're gonna do now forever. That's what we're gonna do. I just roll with it now. And I just pushed myself over this point where I was like, where I wanted to stop it, where my hands and where my muscles said, no, stop it. And I made a conscious decision to say, no, I'm not gonna stop it now. You're gonna go through the pain. Shut the fuck up, hand. And that's the moment where this notion, you still see the fingers go back a little bit. They just the motion is still too back because the muscle memory is not there and the power is not yet there, but it's getting smaller and smaller up to the point where it's basically really I'm really down with the hand, pushing forward, and then it's really just like a tiny motion, just a very tiny motion. The longer I do this, and the more experience I gained in life, learning things, the more respect I have for outstanding performers in any field, you know, in any field. And like, wow, man, these people really put effort into what they do. Some people really devoted themselves to beautiful things. Reverse classic Earthnace color change. I don't know what. Easy to palm a card in the way when you pull the card from outside. From outside. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Never heard about it. Maybe it's something cool. Gotta Google it. And now I'm back at this point where my hand is rebellious. It's like it doesn't want to do it anymore. It says stop it. I'm not allowing it to stop. It's my hand. It's not its hand. It's not its hand. It doesn't belong itself. I own this hand. I do with the hand whatever I want. You ever get angry with your hands because they're not doing what you want them to do? Master your hands. Be the master of your hands. Don't be a slave of your hands. Be a master of your hands. So about this time, all the shit inside my head comes up. It's like blah, 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 blah. Okay. The hand is winning the battle. The hand is winning the battle. I'm so insane right now. I'm so insane. Do you see this, guys, what I'm doing here? I don't want to do it once again. I do it once again. Alex, another guy dropped out. Like, I can't see this. It's so cruel. You're pussies. And it was only 8 minutes or something. It felt like a freaking eternity now. What do you say about the nice background? I just put the goat and the cow behind the layer, and then I made them move from left to right very slowly. It's like I'm just a big child, just a big child with some epic technology at my hands. Like, it's amazing. I got a camera here, I got a camera there, I got a camera for my hands, I got the lights, and I got the computer, and it's amazing. It's amazing times we're living in, actually. So, we're on this run now for 2 hours. It's not a very long, crazy live stream. 8 people still with me. It's almost 10:15 in the night, in the evening, in Berlin, the capital of Germany. Yeah. I hope the lips were synced this time. I'm going back to the table for another session. With this epic music, let's turn it. It's pretty loud already. Put this up on my headphones a little bit. Nice tune. And then I go for it. The difference between shuffling and this between these deals that I just practice like a madman, and this shuffling, that they are so much more different phases in the same motion. And now, after coming from this constant same motion, going into back to scan calls for so much brain attention again. Really insane. It's an insane level of consciousness what Marius is performing on his live stream. Are you guys practicing? The last remaining are 8 viewers. Are you guys practicing? What a cool track, man. What a cool track. And the other day, someone asked, when do you know how? If you know, I think it was Flying Wee. When do you know? If you know something, if you mastered it. Now I didn't master that yet. You see this? I come back with little exhausted hands, and I have all this disturbance, these troubles. It's not no excuse. I did not master this now, so I practice this now under these conditions. Hopefully, in the morning when I start with fresh hands, the whole thing will feel much better, right? And I made a little tiny step forward to be completely under control of the cards. Now the camera is overheating again. This is such a shame. Okay, guys. Be it that. Camera is overheating. Gotta turn it off. And we call it a night. It's really fun to see you practicing on bottom deals while I'm practicing cults. I'd love these sessions. I'd love to see your cults, man. How are you doing those? You got a channel? Do you have a YouTube channel where you upload stuff? By the way, just to rip off a colleague, I saw this Xavier Spades is doing a live stream where he's looking at handlings of other magicians or students of the art form, and then he gives tips on how to do this. And I was thinking, I'm thinking right now, if you are now practicing that your cults, and if you have a camera or something, doesn't need the super quality, and you don't need to make this public, just upload it. You can upload on YouTube, and then it's unlisted. You can decide public, unlisted, or private. And when it's unlisted, it doesn't show to the public, but it's in general available to anybody you send the link to. So if you want to upload some of your stuff, send me the link, and then I take a look at it. What about that? We don't need to make this in a live stream here, but just to get to know each other better in what we're doing. It's just an offer, you know. Firas Lahol writes, "No pain, no gain, bro." If that ain't true, man. If that ain't true, no pain, no gain. Sometimes you gotta push yourself to the limits, but of course you always gotta keep the practice goal in mind. The general a picture. In magic, it's not in card magic or in performing art. It's not about learning one slide after another, one technique after another, and being, you know, narrow-minded on what you do. It's a performing art form, and it's about to entertain and amuse and to stun and astonish an audience as a magician. And you don't need, there's absolutely no need to make it too hard for yourself. Try to keep it simple, try to keep it real, and also try to keep it simple for your audience. There's a lot of amazing card tricks out there that do not require an insane skill level, that get you into performing pretty soon from the very beginning. And if you are building up a solid foundation of basic card handling techniques at the same time, and already gain experiences in performing for an audience, this can be a fun hobby and even a profession. That's what I gotta say, or that's what I think about it. And of course, something I just did, like insanely, you know, practicing, very focused practicing on very difficult sleight of hand techniques, you need not do this to have fun and to be a decent performer of card magic, of course. Of course, you need to do this if you want to be a world-class magician, but why should this be a goal necessarily, right? Also, as it seems, the places are already, you know, the really good players in the field, you know. Music is a bit loud. Anyway, for me, it's my passion, and I just decided I wanna have these specific techniques. I wanna know them, and I wanna use them, you know. And I'm not in a hurry or in a rush, and I'm enjoying myself very much, as you can see. Also practicing and learning this, you know. And also, this is something. Maybe at the end, a deeper thought. As you heard, some guys in the chat, they're also musicians. There are many other art forms. I was a magician beforehand. I actually studied philosophy and history at a university for a very long time. I wasn't involved in magic, not at all. So there are many, many things you can do, and sometimes it takes some time to find what is right for you, and sometimes it's just for a time, you know, and you might even change your passion. But if you study whatever it is you're interested in well, and if you're consciousness about it, and you're not just, you know, following a certain trend to be cool or hip or whatever, but it's really your own passion, no matter what you do, and even if you shift direction or change topic once in a while, you still will progress as a person. You will still grow as a character. And the great thing about learning in such a manner, you know, integrating these different fields, that you will always benefit. You will be a better musician if you go for magic for a certain time. You will be a better magician if you know music, or if you got a good level of education, or if you know how to communicate with people well, you know, and so on. So there's a lot. That life is so full, life is so rich, and we're living in so rich times when it comes to this. We have access to so many fields and to so many outstanding performers and teachers, and that is just amazing. So have a great time and enjoy yourselves, you know. Besides all the madness, all the frustration, all the anger, and all the things that are happening in the world that easily can get you off the grid, you know, where you're just like getting depressed or frustrated, or I don't know, and at least to say sad about what's going on. No? Just like the stress we got in Europe with the European copyright directive, which as some of you might have realized, just really upset me and scared me and upsets me and scares me and confuses me and got me out of balance quite a lot, I must say, you know. Because there's something happening that is complete out of my control. And it's always frustrating, you know. Kind of like feels like a tsunami, you know, coming at us. And what do you do? There's not enough high grounds and not enough time to save yourself. It's just gonna hit me full place, boom, and that's it. It's not a real tsunami, because then you're dead, and that's it. But still, you know, what can you do? You keep on doing a thing, and the great thing about the performing arts is that its roots is live. So whatever we learn here, what we do here, and when you look at the Royal Road to Card Magic or the Expert at the Card Table, these are all people that explain and teach from a experience that comes from performing for real people in a real life situation. You know, people standing around you, people sitting at a table, people sitting on chairs in front of a stage situation, no matter how far the stage away is, and so on. And this is where all this comes from. So even if the lights go out here on the platform, for me that just means, okay, then I'm just the next step is I take my close-up mat, I go to the bar next day, and I say to the bartender, hey, Mikey, I just want to perform here every Tuesday night. What about that? Because I can't do my freaking live stream anymore because fucking politicians and shit. And then he goes like, yeah, fuck these assholes. You can perform here every Tuesday night. And who knows, maybe I make more money than on YouTube, you know. if I was in for the money. full blast. So you got it. That's my final. Now it's a new tradition. We're going here at the end of every live stream with dramatic music. I'm kind of, you know, I'm getting into a preaching mode, like into I don't know. I'm gonna tell you the secrets of the world, you know, what's going on, because I'm a magician and philosopher, and I know things, you know, things you don't know, you know, things that are yet to be discovered. And who knows, maybe it's you who discovers the next discovery, you know? This music is so great right now. Thank you all so much for tuning in, guys. I had a blast of a time. We had super major league activity in the chat. Super feedback, great communication. Nairo Smith, Abish Rator, Flying V, Farias Luel, Yokomen, 5'8", music bit too loud. Louis Patterson was there, Tech Magic, Shade Deception, a lot of folks, amazing. So it's not gonna be next Tuesday, so I tried to make this next Thursday, and if that's not happening, next Saturday. Next Thursday, no, this week Thursday, there's going to be an upload of oh man, this music is just, what is going on with the music? Next Thursday is an upload of a tutorial on the Top Shot. Hit subscribe and notification bell if you haven't done this already to get the notification. And then next Thursday, so Thursday next week or Saturday next week, next live stream. Okay, that's the deal. That's what we're gonna do. And that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I had a blast of a time. You know the drill. My name is OTHMARIUS, and this is just what I do. You be sure now, more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very, very soon. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe.